What is up, everyone? It's the Drummer Nerd, and welcome to Empyrion Galactic Survival. That's right, we're checking out a new game today. This is a pretty cool one. It's exactly what it sounds like. Galactic Survival. Survival in space. How cool is that? I'm digging it. Let's get started. There are two, count it two, starting locations now. The game is still fairly young, so we can expect that there are going to be more and more stuff as they come along, but as you can see, we can either do easy, medium, or hard. We'll start off with the easy medium for now and kind of ease into the game a little bit, shall we? Bam! Just roll around forever. We're good. Jump out. Alright, here we are. Crash landed on a pretty sweet looking place, if you ask me. You see some mountains in the distance, there's some water nearby, and you can even see this little marker here for magnesium somewhat nearby to us. If we hit the map, we can see it's a pretty sizable space, pretty sizable planet. And you can see it also tells you what resources we will eventually have available to us to mine from the planet. So first things first, you can see along the side that we have a health, food, oxygen, and stamina bar. Now, we are wearing a helmet right now, which on this particular planet is unnecessary because there is oxygen here, which is great and something I did not realize the first time I gave the game a try and ran around frantically trying to create oxygen, only to find out that I didn't really need to do that. And as we start off here, we start off with our crashed escape pod, which has got a bunch of goodies inside. I'm going to grab all this stuff because I'm probably not going to hang out near the escape pod. Let's put this gun there. We got the drill. This filler and flattening tool is very useful. We'll end up needing to use that soon enough. And this guy here, the survival constructor. This is akin to the crafting benches in Minecraft. So we'll place this guy down wherever. It's just kind of a starting item. I'm not going to end up needing this in a decent amount of time. And let's get in here and let's dump in all the building materials that we have so we can start crafting up some great stuff. Now, we do need fuel for a lot of what we're going to use. The fuel is going to supply what we need for power, what we need for creating oxygen. A lot of the machines use fuel. Now, right now, I have 5 fuel packs, which require promethium. We have a decent amount of promethium, but we'll need to find more. We can always craft up more fuel packs, which is why we're going to need more promethium pellets. We'll get to that a little bit later. Right now, I want to expand our crafting capabilities because this little constructor is very limited. We can make a lot more stuff than what we have access to right now. To do that, we need the large constructor, and we're going to need a base. So we're going to need to make a lot of components. You can see this right now requires 2 computers, 2 control devices, a bunch of other stuff that I don't feel like listing off right now. And we're going to need a bunch of that stuff, just for building in general. And to build our base, we need the base starter, which requires a core, which we have one, and some hull blocks. We may or may not get to that quite yet, but for now we can at least get started with crafting up a bunch of components for things that we need. So we need metal components. We'll get, I don't know, 40 of those. We need some electronics. We need cables. We need some hull plates. I know we're going to need some control devices. Maybe I'll just do 10 for now. We don't need that many. So I can queue these guys all up, turn on the constructor, and bam, that thing gets started. And it's going to take a little while. You know what? Why don't we drop some of this stuff off in here for now so I don't possibly lose it. Okay, cool. Now, we're probably going to want to go and do a little bit of exploring. Maybe even get some of that magnesium, or maybe even look around and see if we can find some other types of ores. You can see there's a bunch of plants around. Let's take a look and see. I don't know what any of these things do yet. Oh, that says fruit. That's got to be good, right? Fruit's good. I don't know if I'd eat it. I mean, look at it. It's got its own tongue. That's disgusting. We'll definitely eat it. Anyways, cobra leaves. That sounds bad. We're not touching those. let's go find some stuff to look at, and let's go find some stuff to kill too, because that's going to give us a little bit of experience. And as you can see, I'll hit the O key and bring up our tech tree. And there's a ton of stuff that we can build now. Weapons, tools, building blocks, hover vessels, small vessels, and the capital vessels. That's kind of the progression throughout the game. So we'll get to some of that stuff as we move along. I think first and foremost, though, we want to find a way to really, really defend ourselves. And this pistol, it's okay, but it's not that great. I think the assault rifle and the shotgun, and maybe even this guy right here, would be a whole lot better than what we're using now. We need a little bit of levels, though. I can't get either of those things until 3 and or 5. So, a little bit of exploring is in order. A little bit of killing whatever these things are down here. I know those ones walking around back there are supposed to be dinosaurs. I guess it kind of looks like a dinosaur. Get shot! Don't run away from me. Come back. Come back, dinosaur. I just want to shoot you. Yeah. Also note that I didn't realize this the first time either, but the gun does not automatically reload. You have to hit R to reload. No big deal, but, you know, when you've got something chasing after you like this, biting your face, and you don't know that you need to reload your gun. Yeah. You have been bitten and you are now poisoned. Use an antidote or a large med kit. I might... Alien parts. Gross. Armor? Can I, like, put that on my head or something? Let's... But, no. I want these two. Can I, like, wear this on my head? Oh, no. Okay, it was just turning... Oh, my gosh. That would have been gross. That would have been super gross. Okay, we'll hold on to that. I'm not really sure what that's for. Stamina's getting drained. Fine, we'll use an antidote. Oh, wow. You don't really start with too many of those. Maybe we won't fight the ones that give you poison. Alright, let's go check down this way. I'll tell you what. I'm going to see if we can find anything cool. Because right now, I know that we can go back that way and maybe find some irons or something. Actually, I know that there's some iron back there. Spoiler alert. But I don't really know what's down this way. And I don't want to fight those things. Let's see if we can find something cool, and I'll show you guys what I find. Well, surprisingly enough, I didn't find anything cool down that way. I explored out to, I don't know, probably about here. Not very far, but it takes a little while to travel on foot. And I didn't find anything. Nothing cool. Nothing at all. So, we made our way back over to the magnesium here, right below us. And I got my trusty drill. Now these guys have both a left and a right click mechanic. The right click is small wave mining, uses a little bit less ammo, and the left click is just going right for it. So I'm gonna dig down to get some of this magnesium here. See if we can get a little bit of experience going on. What level are we now? I think we're still level 2. Does it tell me? Right here. So we just need a little bit further down to get to level 3. I at least want to get the assault rifle, because we need a really good way to defend ourselves, especially when we actually start getting a base going, because my understanding is the second that we drop down that base block, drones will start to fly out and attack me. Yay! So we need a little bit of defense, at least on our person. But eventually we can make things like automated turrets and defense turrets and those sort of things. There we go. So now that we've actually dug down into the ore itself, it will produce some of it for us to pick up as we drill. And you can see right now I have 570 ammo left. We can craft more ammo packs. I don't remember what they take. I think it might take some of the Promethium, or it might take some kind of fuel pack. They are somewhat expensive, but it's not too bad. They do start us off with a decent amount of resources, and as you can see, I mean, I'm only 98% into this. I would be here for a while trying to dig this particular section of ore out. And as we get a little further along, level 3 reach, what's up? Alright, well, let's take a look at the level 3 perks. Assault rifle, that one's obvious. Let's get that. Coup. Alright, what kind of tools we got? We do want the remove and repair tool. I don't know if we quite need it yet, but this is what you need to use to remove and repair things. It should be pretty straightforward, but you use that to remove blocks and other items that you might be building with, or other base type blocks like what we got here, the oxygen station, the fridge, etc., etc. So let's see. Building blocks wise, it gives us a lot of stuff, and we can't even really unlock anything for level 3. There's just a lot of decorative stuff, quarter rounds, half rounds, curved stuff. Let's see what we got. Miscellaneous stuff. Okay, we got the base starter. We got the fuel pack. Oh, we got the hover vessel starter. That is something we'll want to get into soon, because that's going to allow us to quickly navigate around the area and find more stuff. Find more stuff for us to mine. Find more stuff for us to fight and attack. So we'll get to that a little bit later. Let's see. What else can we get? We don't really want to get into the hover vessel stuff quite yet. Obviously, we don't need to spend any points on decorative blocks. So let's see. The fridge is going to be important because, like a lot of other survival games, the meat and those sort of things will spoil. So let's pick this up. It's not very expensive. Do we want to get that yet? You know, it's only 5 points. Let's get the cannon turret. And I don't know if we're going to need sentry guns or not. That says player. I wonder if that's more of a PvP type block. We'll come back to that. And obviously we don't need to do anything with capital vessels yet. We're nowhere near that. But it'll be really cool when we actually do get there. We can play around with those things. So let me spend a little bit of time mining out this stuff. Just to get some more experience and kill some time, because I'm sure that my fabricator is still crafting stuff up for me to be able to make some of the things that we want to make. And we'll come back soon. And we're back at the constructor. All my stuff is done. You can see we've got all of our electronics, our cables. That's a lot of metal plates. Control device. This metal components is what we need. So let's make our assault rifle. And then I think what I'd like to do is I'd like to go ahead and start laying down the foundation for our base. Now there's a couple of different ways that you can make the base. I think more than likely one of the more safe solutions, let's just make this, one of the more safe solutions is to dig a hole in a wall and make your base there, which I think is what we're going to end up doing. I was thinking about placing something down at the water so that we could use it for creating a safe oxygen supply, and it would look cool, but there's just something about building bases into the walls, into the mountains, into the ground. It's just so cool. So we'll wait for this assault rifle to take its sweet time. We need some of these bullets, I think. What do we need? Yeah. 6.8 millimeter. We got enough metal pieces. We got the magnesium powder. Good thing I got a bunch more magnesium when we were out. Now this is gonna make 25 bullets. So why don't we craft up like 8 of these, which I think that'll chew up a good amount of my metal pieces. We'll make 8 of those. Let's go to hull blocks. Now, we need 8 hull blocks to get the base starter. I'm going to want a decent amount of hull blocks anyway for just building purposes. So let's get a little bit of those crafted up. Let's take our assault rifle. Put it down. So the Akua fruit, you can see it on the right side there. That's going to provide us 50 food, 10 health, and some stamina. Now there's no negative side effects to it, which is great, because if we see our raw meat here, it gives us a lot more food, but we lose some health, we lose some stamina because it is raw. Now, we can make a food processor once we get to the large constructor. So we'll be able to cook up a lot of this stuff and actually give us some cooked meat. Like many of the other survival games that you play, the raw stuff is going to have negative side effects. So we'll deal with that when we get there. We are going to need a lot more fuel packs while we're at that too. So you know what I'll probably do here? Why don't we queue up a bunch of fuel packs too? Yeah. Let's queue up like 40 fuel packs for now. Let's grab some of these bullets because I want to test this out. It's getting a little dark, so hopefully you guys can still see what's going on here. Assault rifle. There's a slime thing. What is this? Whoop, whoop. Hey, slime. Bam! Apparently I have to load the gun first. That's useful. Come here, slime thing. Ah! Yeah! Get assault rifled. Oh, that made a terrible sound. Alien parts. Okay. This is kind of a lot of the same stuff. Alien tooth, I don't know what that's for yet. Still don't know what these alien parts do. Can make a helmet out of them and wear it on my head because they've got oxygen. We also, I went a little bit too far because I couldn't find couldn't find my constructor. And I went down this way a little bit. Let me see if we can get over the ledge and see if you can see it. You can kind of see it on the mini-map, but down that way is an iron deposit. So we'll head that way eventually. We'll probably wait till we get our hover vehicle to head down that way. So let's see. You know what? While we're waiting for all this stuff to build, let's start digging a hole. Where's a good spot? Where's a good spot? I feel like right here. This is as good a spot as any. So I want to dig back in and kind of make a little bit of a cave here, and then we'll flatten it out so we can place down whatever we need to place out. This is going to take a little while. I'm going to start digging this hole, and you know I'll be back. Now that we have a decent amount of components, most of the stuff's finished up here, we're going to start making some of the very important items that we need for our base. So first and foremost, let's get the base starter. Stop that. Okay. If you craft too much of something, you can turn off the constructor that you're working in, and you can come in and you can right click to remove, or left click to remove. Turn this back on. Just in case you make way too much of something in the construction queue, which I do all the time, you only have to click something once. I'm so used to having to double click things that you just kind of double click and, oh, I made too many. My bad. Try again. Base starter. Actually, let's put that on the bar. Let's put the base starter on. Let's take some of our hull blocks. These will probably expand out a little bit. Now, the other things that we want is we want a way to power our base with a small generator. So we need 2 capacitor devices, 1 reactor core, and 2 computers. So let's do... There's that 1 motor, right? No. Stooge. We need the motor for something else, though. Actually, I need a second motor for that. Let's just do second motor, 2 capacitor devices, a reactor core. Alright, that's good there. I don't need any capacitors for this, so we're going to need 4 computers because I need 2 for that and 2 for this. Yeah, okay, so let's do that. Let's make... 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shouldn't take too long, and hopefully that doesn't take too many components. Now, I think it's still nighttime out. The sun's starting to come up. It's a little dark, so hopefully it's not too bad. But I dug a bit of a hole in here. Let's take a look at what we got. Yeah, you're not going to be able to see anything. This light's somewhat decent. So it's a decent-sized hole. I built down a little bit so that we could place the base. I have to be careful about how high I'm going because right here will start to bring us outside. And I'd like for this place to be completely covered by the mountain except for our opening here. Luckily, we also have this filler and flatten tool, which allows us to resolve any issues with... Oh, I'm going the wrong way, yeah, here we go. See, I can kind of fill this space out a little bit if I need to. And we can also use the block to flatten, because I'm sure this is not going to be flat enough for us to place the base. You know, I don't know why I'm running around. No. Let's get the rest of this stuff made. Because we're going to want to place it right away, and we're going to want to start moving some of the extra stuff that we have. So let's see. Now, we can... Oh, 2 motors. What needed motors? I thought I made motors. Oh, the reactor core takes motors. Okay, so let's do small generator, small fuel tank. We'll need those 2. Let's get motor. And hopefully now then I can just place that in the queue and we'll have enough materials. That doesn't require... I'm so sure that I'm not going to have enough stuff for this. Whatever. We'll come check on it in a second. Let's get this base laid down. So you need a 3x3 spot that's flat in order to place down the base starter, base builder. What is this thing called again? Base starter. So check it out. Let's hold this out. I can hardly see any of it, but you can see it's kind of red. Oh yeah, you can barely see that. I apologize for this. It's red. Believe me. You can see that it's red. You need to have a very flat section of land for this to place. Yeah, see, it's yelling at me. You gotta flatten your terrain first. I'm pretty sure that we're just gonna have to dig out a little bit more. It seems like this space is big enough, but it may also just not be quite big enough for this. Reload! I'm almost out of food too, so we're gonna want to get a food processor as soon as possible. Hopefully we'll have enough materials to just make one as soon as I get my large constructor done. But you never know. This is going to be better. I think I'm going to need to go this way a little bit. I really don't want to raise the ground more. It seems like it's fairly flat. Let's try it again. No, it's because it's kind of climbing as I get... Alright, let's fill it. Let's fill it up a little bit. Or let's flatten. Yeah, we'll flatten. I think right click is the flatten. So this is just kind of flatten the area out a little bit. Make it so that we can put stuff that requires flat spaces. Try this a little bit more right here. Is that flat yet? Oh, we're getting there. We're getting close. A little bit more this way. I really think it's just the corners that are causing us the most grief. Now, I want to leave this opening here. Eventually, I want to make this opening big enough to make sure that we can get our hover vehicles in here once we start getting to hover vehicles. 7. Oh, come. There we go. Created a new base. It's still dark. I can't see anything. So, 3x3 spot. We got this core right here, which is of utmost importance. I don't really know what it's for yet. But then we can take these building blocks. And I think if you hold left click, it lets you place out a couple of them. I'm stuck now. J for jetpack. Shift up. Okay, we can't build anymore until it gets light. I can't see a thing in there. Alright, now that we got a little bit of daylight and we can actually see in here, I got the large constructor placed. Now, I placed it so it's kind of back up against this wall. There's no collision detection, it seems like, with the walls once you have this stuff placed. So it's kind of nice. I can just kind of set it down. And even though I've set it down, it's going through the wall a little bit, but it still works great. I also placed down a couple of lights so that when it's dark, we can actually see what the heck is going on. Now, we've got the small generator, which is required to power our base. We've got the fuel tank, which is required to place in the fuel we need to power our base. And now we just need to turn our base on by hitting Y. Bam! So cool. I forget now. I think that there is a hotkey for this. I haven't found it again yet. If you go to the control panel, yes, control panel, that'll show us what we have active in our base right now. We can go and we can turn on and off certain lights. We can change the color. We can do a lot of really cool stuff with this here. Same thing with the fuel tank. We can pay attention to the fuel tanks. We can pay attention to the generators. And we can just get a better idea of what's going on with our base at all times through that control panel. So don't forget that that's there. Now, I did forget that we don't need the food processor in order to make some of the more basic foods. You can make that with just the survival constructor, which I've done here. And I've just grilled up a bunch of steak out of some of that raw meat. So now our food is back to a reasonable point. This does perish though, so we do want to get that last item, which was the fridge. Let's see if maybe we can get the fridge going here, and that's probably going to do it for us after we get that stuff done. I may or may not have enough components for it, so let's see what happens. Nope, nope. Right here. We need a computer and a control device. Okay, so we just need 2 control devices. Let's do it. Let's do it. That's easy enough. Let's get 2 of these guys. And 1 of these guys. Thank you. Oh, let me make it. Just gotta make sure we have... oh, we're gonna need more metal components. Yeah, this happens a lot. So we only need metal components now. That's good. That's not hard to make. Metal components. You get 2 for every one of these that you make. So let's pop in 2 there. Oh, that's enough. Sweet. Make the fridge. Oh, this is exciting. Got a little base going on here. So all that's crafting. I think what I want to do is I want to extend out this particular level, but I think that we're going to go into multiple levels, and I'll probably dig a little further down. And then we definitely want to get something going on here to defend our base from enemies. Probably the big cannon things, but we'll get to that another time. Let's grab the fridge. Where are you going to go, fridge? That's not where you're going to... Fridge! Okay, so let's see. Let's turn it. Yeah, that's looking good. That looks like a perfect spot for a fridge. Let's grab our meat. Yes, 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 yes. Making things happen. We're not quite dead yet. That's always a good thing. Especially in a survival game where the whole purpose is not to die a whole lot. Here we go. Access the fridge. Now, there's not very many spots in this fridge, but the perish timer, I believe, stops once the fridge is working. I guess we'll have to test that out, because I do see a perish time here, but it may just stop the perish time from happening. So that should be good. Well, that's going to do it for today's episode, guys. If you like the new series, definitely let me know. Hit that like and let me know what you think of it in the comment sections. For more Empyrion and other games, subscribe to my channel. We have a lot of stuff coming on. We're going to have more of these episodes coming out soon. I'm excited to play this game, and I can't wait to get into it some more. Bye-bye.